7 reasons the self-help industry doesn't want you to know the truth about happiness. Hint: unhappy people buy things. The truth is, most people are unhappy. Despite the abundance of material wealth, the idealism of democratic values, and flashy new iPhones, most people are suffering. And the brutal truth is that several industries, including the self-help industry, are profiting off the emotional pain of people seeking quick fixes. You see, part of being an American isn't just getting ill from living in a superficial society that values materialism, consumerism, and working way too many hours each week. It's trying to buy your happiness one book or one pill at a time. People are brainwashed into thinking that reading self-help books or taking medication can evaporate their problems and help them find the happiness they so badly desire. Back in 2008, the self-help industry was valued at $11 billion each year. That's a lot of books and motivational speeches that failed to help the 40 million people suffering from anxiety, the 14.8 million suffering from depression, and the 7.7 million people suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. And in 2016 alone, the US spent $446 billion on medications, almost half of the global market. These astonishing numbers point to one very important fact. The fact that unhappy people make companies a lot of money. That's because unhappy people are easy to control. Our society's emphasis on productivity and work ethic, 2 byproducts of a capitalist and materialist system, keeps people unhappy and then convinces them that the only way out of unhappiness is to spend their money on quick fixes that don't actually work. When you're suffering and looking for help, the self-help industry manipulates your weaknesses by selling you false hopes. Talented writers author books about happiness without experiencing its depths themselves. Creative marketers and advertisers sell individuals the images of happiness but underdeliver results. And people themselves want easy tasks and fast results. The result is a dark storm of lost individuals, blind leading the blind. The most baffling thing about the self-help industry, aside from the irony of my contribution to it, is that it delivers exactly what people want. See, most people actually want unhappiness. They practice unhappiness. They create it themselves and then complain about it. When I get on phone calls with potential new clients for my coaching business, it's not uncommon for people to ask me about my programs, to ask me for solutions, to ask me what I think of them, to ask me what I can do for their bottom line. And the truth is, all of those questions, however legitimate, are rooted in fear and a desire to assimilate me into their way of being in the world. People are afraid of vulnerability, attached to their suffering, and stuck in their ways. They don't want to change. They think that happiness is an object that can be purchased, whether in a book, a pill, a workout plan, or a simple to-do list prescribed by a life coach. The truth is that real happiness is always present in your life. You just need to get out of the way to access it. You create suffering every time you imagine that happiness is an object. You elicit unhappiness each time you search for happiness. The mechanism of this seeking for happiness is what reinforces your isolation from its presence. Convincing yourself that you are inadequate, that your life needs something more, and that you need to achieve things, own things, and buy things to find happiness is what shackles you to unhappiness. And it gets worse. Me telling you to commit yourself to the process of discovering real happiness goes against your conditioning, your instincts, your fear of vulnerability, and the propaganda of the entire self-help industry. The only way to discover true happiness is to surrender to it, open yourself up, transform your habits, and stop practicing unhappiness. Find someone who knows what they're talking about and learn from them. It's the only way. And it is that simple. You need to realise most profoundly that you are the storm. The sun, real happiness, is always present. But, stuck in self-absorption and tendencies of unhappiness, people create the dark clouds that block the warm golden light. To rediscover happiness, then you need to release the darkness that you create through your own life patterns. You need to release the illusion taught to you by the self-help industry that happiness is an external object that can be purchased, and recognise that happiness is here, now. You are not broken, you are not weak, you are not lacking, you are beautiful and complete, just as you are. Surrender to the process of real self-development and remember that the sun is always shining. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe buttons and leave a comment below this video to let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment below this video and let me know what you would like to see next, and what type of videos you want me to create for you. I will be able to respond back to you as soon as possible. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.